Okay, I'm Ryan Michael Galloway. We don't need no stinking record company.com, and let's talk about the fact that you maybe have built your band up to a point where you could expect maybe a few hundred people to show up. What are you going to do with that? Can you turn that into a larger show? And what are some ways to maybe mitigate some risk and maybe ensure more people are going to show up? And what are some things you're going to have to think about that you wouldn't have when you were playing in that club that you used to play in? Well, here's a lot of things to think about. One is, the room itself. There are these really annoying business issues that surround the room and safety issues that surround the room that you didn't have to think about when you're playing a small club. One is security. And it's likely that when you go rent a hall of 300 seats and up, they're going to require you hire X number of policemen for X number of seats. And so if you got a 300 seat hall, you're probably going to have 2 or 3 police personnel at a minimum to help you control that. Some other things like who's going to take tickets, who's going to be in the booth. You will run out of the number of competent fans and friends you have to volunteer to do that work very quickly, and it's much more likely you're going to have to hire those folks. Where could you get some of those folks? Well, it's very likely that the person that books that room and that runs that room and manages that room can point you to the people or has those people available. Or you might go to a local college that's got a theater group that runs their own shows, stuff like that. And so there's you need ushers. You need people to bring people in and get them seated. You need to think about things like, when can I get into this room? Believe me, you talk to some of these people that are used to having just really basic civic events, and they figure that an hour is enough time for you to set up. The fact is, you're probably going to need 4 or 5 hours to get all the lights set up, get the room tuned, get the PA in. These people are all going to be like walking all over each other, and so who goes in first? Well, if you know where everything's going to go, bring the lighting in first and let them set everything so they don't have to run ladders in between speakers and stuff like that. You're going to have a couple large speaker stacks in there. You're going to have monitors sitting all over the place. You're going to have to know the general area where the lead singer is going to be and where they might jump out and go around the front of the stage and the audience and that kind of thing. So are you going to need to follow spot? You're going to have to hire somebody to run that follow spot. We're getting to the lights. We're going to take care of that in a minute. But, well, the next couple nights anyway. But anyway, so there's logistics around this room. There's safety around this room. And I got another one I'll talk about tomorrow night. I am Ryan Michael Galloway, and we don't need no stinking record company.com.